60 seconds first.
Yeah, 60 seconds, Jill.
Okay. You want me just to do it from here?
Oh, you can come up so you're on the video. Seriously. For real. Girl, you got that watch for a reason. Stand up, be proud. Well, we're going to start out by having Jill share her story, and then we'll turn it over to Sarah, and I'll explain later. So, all right. Go ahead, Jill.
All right. Hi, guys. I'm Jill. Gosh, I started Arbonne about 8 years ago. I was a very happy product user, so I was a walker for quite a while, and then life changed for us, and I started looking at Arbonne more seriously as a business. My background is that I was an educational advocate for kids with special needs, which was very inspiring and very fulfilling to me, but I really wanted to be back at home with my kids. So I started looking at Arbonne more seriously as a business because we needed the income. And once I started putting my mind to it and kind of got all of my preconceived notions about what network marketing really was, which I know these ladies are going to share with us tonight, a lot about that. And I'm so glad that I was open to hearing about what network marketing really was, because I was dead wrong. So anyway, fast forward about 6 months when I really started working my Arbonne business, I was able to pull back and work part-time at my job, and then 6 months later was able to walk away from my job altogether. So I'm back at home with my kids, which I'm very excited about. I am a regional vice president with Arbonne, which means I get a lovely watch. But I also we talked on the way over here, I've become kind of a car snob. I'm driving a rental car right now because mine's in the shop. But Arbonne pays for me to drive a beautiful white Mercedes, which I'm so thankful for. And my husband and I get to travel, and we have financial stability now that I never thought was possible, which certainly was not possible when I was working full time. There was just such a glass ceiling there. So I don't experience that with Arbonne. So I'm excited. I'm going to throw it back to you ladies. Did I do good on 60 seconds?
You did great. I think you did. No, I'll have to stick with that. All right. So I think what's really cool, too, is that Michelle and Jill and I all have such different stories, and we're at different phases in life. And that's one of the cool things about Arbonne is that you could be in your 18, 19, 20, you could be 60, you could have a PhD, you could be someone who hasn't graduated high school, and it's cool because everyone starts at the same level and we all have the same opportunity, which is awesome. So you might hear something tonight that you're like, well, that's not my phase of life, but I can relate to how she felt at that. So I think that's a great opportunity when you hear from different people too. So one of the things that I love to ask people when I'm sharing about the business opportunities to kind of take a step back and think about your life, maybe in your early 20s when you were kind of maybe just starting that adulthood and you were dreaming about what you wanted to do later in life as an adult. And then kind of that time in life before things got crazy with bills and maybe kids and house payments and errands and just the daily grind. And what were those things in life that you really dreamt about doing or having or experiencing? Because that's one of the great outcomes for a lot of consultants with Arbonne is the opportunity to do things that they're passionate about that maybe don't have a paycheck associated with them, that Arbonne gives them that time and that money to be able to do. So I think it's fun to go back and kind of think about what were those things, because oftentimes they get so shoved down that we forget about them too. So I encourage you guys to do that. So I was also a product user, so I got introduced to Arbonne through the nutrition products, through the Healthy Living program 3 years ago, and had just an incredible experience with the Healthy Living program. My husband and I did the 30-day detox and cleanse, just had great results. I loved the products. I was a really great client. I was the kind of client you want to have as a consultant because I bought regularly. I was committed to the products. I just had got such great success. And then, of course, my girlfriend asked me at the time, who had her Arbonne business, you're telling people about the products, you're already sharing the program, like you might want to consider looking at the business. And I was working part-time for an event planning company where I had worked for 12 years. The part-time schedule worked really well for our family, and that's what we wanted for our family. But we also knew that part-time wasn't going to be a fit for us financially forever. And I also didn't have a lot of growth opportunities on the part-time schedule or salary. You're not the first person to get a raise or the first person to get a promotion, and even if you can get those two things. So I was kind of thinking what was next, but I certainly thought it would be in my event planning industry and not in the network marketing industry, until I coached about a dozen friends and family through the Healthy Living program a year later than I did, or a year after I did. And it was at that point when I said, oh, I'm just going to coach these friends and family, and I'll just, make a little commission. And then all of a sudden I was in Arbonne land, and I just kind of fell in love with the Arbonne culture, the people, the opportunity, the passion, the rewarding feeling of helping people, of really like actually getting people to say, not getting people, but having people come back to you and say, you've changed my life in some way, shape, or form, whether it's through their skin or through their health or just being educated about things they didn't know about before. So that was when I kind of got a feeling for like, wow, this is what it really is. And that was just about 2 years ago. So I jumped in and have really just embraced the opportunity, and have been able to quit that part-time job and just do contract work now, so I get to choose. And that's one of the things I think that's so beautiful about Arbonne, is you get options. And so I still want to work in that industry some, but now I get to say, nope, April's not a good month. We're going on spring break, and Arbonne has GTC. I can't produce an event that month. So it's great for being able to do the things you still love, but having the option to say yes or no. So I'm going to just talk a little bit. So between the two of us, we'll talk a little bit about the company. You guys are obviously very familiar with the kind of what makes the products unique and different and all of that, but we'll still touch a little bit on that for anybody who's on Zoom as well. So our ingredient policy. So Arbonne is known for being a pioneer in the space of pure, safe products. And so our founder wanted to offer products that really affected people's health in a positive way. And as you guys know, in 1980, that was long before people were really talking about that and thinking about that, and before it was really in the media. So pure, safe, beneficial has been our motto since 1980. Pure really goes back to all of the ingredient policy and the strict ingredient policy that we have, and the fact that all of our products are botanically based. Safe is, we have a Swiss heritage, so we follow the EU regulations, which bans about 1,300 chemicals versus the US that bans less than a dozen. Everything is non-toxic, fragrance-free. We'll talk a little bit about that, but ultimately Arbonne is designing products that are super safe for us and for our health now and in the future. And then beneficial, we're offering products that truly give results. So it's not just, coconut oil or something that's great for you, but it's not necessarily going to impact you. It doesn't have the science behind it. So that's what's so great about Arbonne products, is they actually give results. There's that beneficial piece to it. So it's really mixing the best of nature with the best of science to give those fantastic results that our products really do give. And so I've heard a lot of people ask lately, like, well, aren't there a lot of companies in this space of pure, safe products? And there are some that have been popping up in the last 5 years, which is actually really good for us, because it means that consumers are demanding those products more and more. So companies really do see a need for those type of products. But frankly, none of them can compete with Arbonne behind 37 years of product formulations and ingredient sourcing and the research and development, the certifications and things that take a long time. So it is really good news for us that people are really looking for those type of products. So like I said, all of our products are plant-based. Everything is certified vegan, so we don't use any animal byproducts or test on animals. There is no artificial colors or flavors or sugars or sweeteners or anything like that. Everything is dairy and whey-free as well as soy-free. Everything is GMO-free. It's all hypoallergenic. So again, just really, really safe products. Again, non-toxic. So formaldehyde and parabens and mineral oils, things that are not so good for our health, are kept out of our products as well. So that's really what makes our products so unique and different. And so one of the things that I think is really cool about Arbonne too is just the breadth of products that we have to offer people. So I know tonight we've got kind of our flagship product lines here. These might be the ones you're most familiar with. It's often where people start with their Arbonne experience, with the RE9 anti-aging line, or some or all of the nutrition products. And those are really our flagship products. But really, it doesn't matter what age people are, what gender they are, what ethnicity. Our products are available and a good fit for anyone. And from small little ones to, all the way up to anti-aging. Yes. And that's what's really cool about having a business with Arbonne too, is that we have something to offer everyone. And so if you start a conversation with someone about skincare, let's just say, and they're dead set on what they love and what they've used for 20 years. We have other places to go if people want to consider looking at cosmetics, consider looking at nutrition. It's also a really great opportunity for people to have a one-stop shop. So our clients have that ability to know and trust our company and have such an easy way to shop online and have such a variety of products delivered. So there's really something for everyone. Let's see, what else do you want to make sure to cover? So one of the things too, as a consultant, of course, all of those products are things that we're all using already on a regular basis. So I think it's like, I don't even know what the numbers are of how many products.
Or over 450.
No, there's that statistic of how many products someone uses in a day, the personal care,
usually
37
people
before
use
you
like-
walk out or something.
Yeah, it's like usually around 50 before someone leaves out.
Okay. So if you think about that, those are products that people are already buying at drugstores, at Target, at grocery stores, at department stores, and those are all products that we offer. So as consultants, we have that opportunity to turn those expenses that we're already paying for products into an income, because we get to use that as our marketing, our advertising, our own personal experience. We get to share them with people. We have our own business. Things are a tax write-off. So there's a lot of great opportunities to turn those expenses that we all already have on these type of products into an income. And really, we end up getting paid to shop at multiple levels within Arbonne. We actually get money paid to shop from Arbonne, so that's really fantastic. The numbers of the market share, and you guys know the health and wellness industry is just exploding. I mean, it's obvious if you walk into grocery stores, into Target, no matter where you are, that section of the department store, the grocery store, has really just blossomed in terms of health and wellness. So that's, of course, an industry that we are smack in the middle of. So some of the numbers are really astounding when you look at the different market share data. And again, we have so many products that we have products that fall into all of these different market shares. So for instance, the anti-aging industry right now, the market share is about $80 billion. The sun care industry is about $2 billion. The acne industry is about $8.5 billion. The protein, fiber, energy drinks category is almost $12.5 billion. So just in men's products is about $230 million. So we have products that fit all of these markets that are just exploding as well. And again, that's just such a great opportunity for us as consultants. And so I know Jill touched on this too. The network marketing industry is really new for a lot of people. If you don't understand it, that's nothing against anyone who doesn't understand it. It's just a lot of us weren't taught that. Now people are being taught that. I mean, Harvard's teaching it. It's just something that is growing, and people of younger generations are getting to become more familiar with it because it's a really interesting business model for them as well. So if you think about like traditional retail, things go from a manufacturer to a wholesaler to a warehouse, through marketing, through advertising, through celebrity endorsements. And so from the time that they leave the manufacturer to the time that they end up on the shelf, there's all these middle steps. And on average, that increases the price of that product 80%. So if you're paying $10 for a product, $88 of that has just gone to all of those middle steps. Whereas in network marketing, we take things directly from the manufacturer to consumers' front door, so we're able to save all of those costs in the middle. And so that Arbonne really does three things with that money that's saved. One is to pay us as the consultants really well, because we are the marketing and advertising and the Halle Berrys and whoever else is lately doing Ellen DeGeneres and all that. But and then put a lot of money back into research and development, and then also to able to offer all of our clients really fantastic pricing on such premium products. When you really look at products that are vegan and botanically based and everything that our products are, the pricing that our clients get is really fantastic. It's fantastic, and it's because we're able to cut out all those middlemen. I find it also really interesting. So network marketing is also, if you think about it, it's a word of mouth way of advertising. And so I'm sure in the last week you have found yourself, writing a review or telling someone about a meal you had or a pair of jeans you love or a blog you found that has great recipes. That's all word of mouth marketing. And that's just what we do in Arbonne too, is we use products, our clients use products, and then we share our experience and tell people about it too. So it really just goes back to all the, hey, welcome. And so it really goes back to this world that we live in of Yelp and TripAdvisor and all that things where people just trust each other. They trust other people's experiences oftentimes more than they trust a company, even strangers' experiences. And then as a business model, if you think about, as a business owner, if you think about the traditional business model, there is so much investment and risk that goes along with the traditional business model, from, the investment that you make in any kind of bricks and mortar or any kind of supplies, employees, payroll, overhead, and really most business owners will say in a traditional business model that the business ends up owning you because you have to pour your heart and soul and all of your time into it. In network marketing, the risk is really low, the investment is really low, but it's scalable, so it's more efficient and effective, and you can truly grow it a lot faster. If you think about, like, 3 to 5 years, they say in traditional retail model, if you can generate any kind of profit, you're having a success. Can you imagine if in Arbonne you had to wait 3 years to generate a profit? No one would do it. I mean, that would just be crazy, right? So as a business owner, it's a really interesting network. It's a really interesting business model as well. And so you can trust Jill, you can trust myself, you can trust Michelle, any other consultants that talk to you about Arbonne and about the network marketing industry. But I know all of us would also encourage you to go out and do any kind of research, even if you're just getting started on your business, to be able to understand the network marketing industry more and see what other industry professionals are saying, who endorses it. There's lots of great books. A couple of them that we love, that we like to share, are Robert Kiyosaki. He wrote a great book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And he says the richest people in the world build networks to work. Even Warren Buffett, I just saw this today, I think it was yesterday, I saw you post that. So he just got rid of all of his Walmart shares because Amazon has gone skyrocketed way past Walmart. And it was just basically an article about proof that the e-commerce industry is growing so fast that bricks and mortar and retail is just going by the wayside. So Warren Buffett is someone who owns a couple of network marketing companies and has said that this business opportunity is an incomparable business opportunity. So there's lots of industry professionals. There's lots of people out there who have written books, who have great articles. If you're considering the business, don't go talk to your best friend who maybe started a business 5 years ago and wasn't successful, your neighbor, things like that. Look for real, true professionals who know what they're talking about in finance and economics and business world and things like that. So, and I think that whole e-commerce thing just goes to show, I know we talk a lot about it in Arbonne, we kind of have that trifecta. We've got the e-commerce, we've got the health and wellness, and we've got the whole, like, turning your expenses into income. So I know I was talking to someone yesterday when we were talking about the business opportunity, and she said, can you remind me, like, what's the downside if for some reason I don't like this after 6 months or I just decide not to do it? I'm like, you're healthier. You're healthier at the end. You have great products, and you've probably helped some people along the way too. So it's a great business, and I know Michelle will share a little bit more about some things as well. Thanks.
So, well, thank you all again for joining us here and also here. It is awesome to have all you guys. And I do like to start off and just share a little bit about my story. And then I'll get into a little bit more and pick up where Sarah left off. So a little bit about me. I'm a speech pathologist and a behavior analyst by trade. Love my career, very passionate about what I did. My specialty was actually non-vocal children with autism. And to me, that was a very gratifying career in many ways. However, it's also very exhausting. And I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old that keep me very busy. So if you would have told me I would be standing up here as a regional vice president in Arbonne, I totally would have laughed in your face for several reasons. One of the biggest reasons is because I was the type of person who avoided a home party at all costs. I would come up with every excuse I could to get out of it. My dog was sick, whatever you could think of. I was trying to avoid them. And the only reason I even went to my first Arbonne event was because my mother-in-law bribed me. And she told me she'd buy me something if I went. And at the time, my mother-in-law was taking care of my daughter for me. So my mother-in-law said, you're coming with me. I said, yes, ma'am. So I went. And I have to say, I was asked 2 questions that will forever have changed my life. And the first question is, where will you be in 5 years if you continue to do exactly what you're doing today and you change nothing, especially time-wise and financially? And the second question I was asked that hit me really hard is, are you prepared for impact if, God forbid, something happened to your primary source of income? And so I listened to some amazing powerhouse speakers that night, some VPs who were at this launch for this woman. And at the end, I felt so inspired. I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this thing called Arbonne. So like any good wife would do, I called my husband on the way home and said, babe, I'm going to do this thing called Arbonne, and I'm going to make all this money, and I'm going to get a free Mercedes, and it's going to be amazing. And my husband's like, Michelle, are you out of your mind? Like, no one ever gets the free Benz, which of course is parked in the parking lot. And it's a pyramid scheme. And one of the things that I think really instilled a significant amount of fear in me was, how are you going to fit this in? You don't have the time. You're working full-time as a speech pathologist. You're covering someone's behavior analyst maternity leave. You're teaching fitness classes at the gym, right? You're teaching a graduate course at LaSalle University, which is like an hour from us. How do you possibly see yourself doing this? And he scared me out of my mind, and I didn't do it. So I call him my dream stealer, because I fed into all of, he basically vomited all my fears on me, and I just didn't do it. So fast forward about a year and a half, almost 2 years, I relocated down to the Carolinas. And at that point, I found out 2 weeks after we moved that I was pregnant with my second. So, about 8 weeks after I had my son and I was relocated, I got a phone call from that friend. And at the end of our conversation, she didn't bring up Arbonne once. And at the end of our conversation, I said, so how's Arbonne going? She's like, well, I'm earning my free Mercedes. I'm making enough of an income that's more than what I was making at the top of the pay scale in teaching. So I'm retiring early from teaching. And I've been to Puerto Rico and Los Cabos. And I'm like, like, that could have been me. Like, that would have been me had I jumped in when she started, because I was at her launch. So at that point, I said, I don't care what he says. I don't care what anybody says. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for my family. And I didn't care. If you looked at it on paper, I had even more reasons not to do it, right? I was completely relocated in a brand new state where I knew nobody, in the Carolinas. And instead of having one child, I had 2 children. I was still working as a speech pathologist and a behavior analyst. I was still teaching fitness classes. So, when you look at it, and I didn't have a background in sales. I actually knew nothing about sales, the whole thought of it. And I knew nothing about makeup. If you asked me what was the most intimidating thing about Arbonne, I was like, the makeup. But, I decided to jump. I followed my heart, and it's the best decision I've ever made. 2 weeks into my business, I promoted to our first level, which is a district manager. And I am going to talk about the income levels. But as a district manager, you're making a couple hundred to about $1,000 a month. And that's all part-time, nooks and crannies. And at that level, you're also eligible, which I love. We talked about turning an expense into an income. Well, at that level, you get paid back on all the products you're buying. So you get 8% commission back in your paycheck on the products that you're already buying. The next level is area manager. And I promoted to area manager literally 2 months after I started my business. So by September 1st, I was an area manager. And an area manager, you're making about $1,000 to about $4,000 a month. Again, this is all part-time alongside your career. And, in those nooks and crannies, your busy days. And what I love about that level is that that's when you have a willable business, which is actually willable for up to 3 generations. That's pretty incredible. And that I know of, very few, if any, places offer that. That is very unique to Arbonne. And that's because when we were founded 37 years ago, there was a huge emphasis on the culture of the company was on empowering women, but also family, and since then, it's evolved so much. There are so many successful men and women in this business, but at the core of this business is family. And so a willable business, $1,000 to $4,000 a month, part-time, nooks and crannies. You're eligible for a $400 bonus each month. I was pretty comfortable there, but I had a huge shift when I was hanging out in my comfort zone as an area manager. My husband lost his job, so completely unexpectedly. His whole team got let go. It was 2 days before we stepped on the Oasis of the Seas for a 7-day cruise that was paid for by Arbonne for my husband and 2 kids and I. And that really hit us hard. It was a really rough year for us financially. He was always the primary income earner. Didn't matter how many letters I had after my name. He was always the primary breadwinner. And we figured it out a year later as we were getting ready to go to the Atlantis, paid for by Arbonne, 7 days. We figured it out, 50 applications, 8 interviews, 2 second interviews later, and he was still looking for work. And I'm so grateful to say that because of Arbonne, we still have a house over our heads. Arbonne's paying our mortgage. Arbonne's why my daughter can still do gymnastics. Arbonne has done so much for me and my family. And even with him out of work, I was able to walk away from my career as a speech language pathologist to be present in my children's lives. and to solely share my Arbonne business and work with people. So that is the power of this business, and that is why I'm so passionate about it. And we promoted to regional vice president after I had that shift. Shortly after, after that, when I started making it about other people and saw this as the gift that it truly is that you can give to people, we promoted to regional vice president. And as a regional vice president, you're making $4,000 to $14,000 a month, part-time, guys. You're eligible for an $800 cash allowance to pick out any Mercedes you want. So that's incredible. And you're eligible for a $600 bonus each month. And then as a national vice president, you're making $22,000 on average a month. $22,000 a month on average. And Arbonne bumps up your car bonus. So then you can get $1,000 a month to upgrade your Benz. So there, and I tell you this because this business is exploding. And when I first heard about Arbonne, I was like, isn't that cute, your little lipstick business? And I felt bad about that. I had no idea the income potential behind it. I had no idea, the culture of the company and what this was truly all about. And what I love the most about this business is that anybody can do it, and it is simple. I just had a conversation today, actually, right, with a fellow who's jumping in. And I said, it's simple. Like, it's simple. If you can copy and paste and you can read, you can do this business. All we do is we share a product, we build a team, and we earn an income. And we wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. Now, my husband referred to this company as a pyramid scheme. So I want to address that because for many people, that might be something that you've heard before. It's a pyramid scheme. And if you ask people what that means, often they look like a deer in headlights, like my husband did. Number one, pyramid schemes are illegal. But number two, I had the knowledge to say, well, let me talk about your career in corporate America, right? So you have a CEO at the tippy top of the company, one CEO. Then you have your VPs, right? Maybe several VPs. You have your middle management, and then you have your employees. You have those people in the trenches. And how do you become the CEO? Can you say, I work really hard and I'm going to be the CEO tomorrow? No, right? There's one CEO, and he has to leave, resign, die, whatever. Something's got to happen for that one spot to be open. And then everyone fights to get there, but you don't decide. Someone else determines your worth. And that is the beauty of this business. We are not in a pyramid, okay? Anybody can get to the top level of the company. Every single one of us in this room, if you stick to the system, will be at the top level of the company in 3 to 5 years if you decide you want to consistently work your business. And that, to me, is incredibly powerful. You don't think the CEO and the VPs are benefiting from those employees in the trenches day in and day out? Versus us, where if Lisa, now I have a direct district manager who's Megan, who sponsored Lisa. Now let's say Lisa is rocking her business, which P.S. she is. She's a week into the business and about to promote to district manager. But that aside, right? Let's say Lisa is rocking her business and I'm sitting tight, think I'm going to stay home and watch TV and eat bonbons. Well, guess what? She's going to jump right over us. Okay? You do not ride on someone's coattails in this business, and that is what I love about it. You determine your worth, and you determine how far you're going to go in this business. And we grow just by helping other people. And that is the beauty of it. This is a ground floor opportunity. I mean, seriously, ground floor opportunity. We are in 7 countries. We have 1% brand awareness on the East Coast. 1%. People are looking for these products. People are looking for this opportunity, right? What keeps people up at night the most, right? It's not Fizz Sticks late because I didn't take one before I got here. But no, it's not the Fizz Sticks. It's not the caffeine. It's not their weight gain. It's not their skincare regimen. Typically, what keeps most people up at night is that there's more month left than money. And we have a gift to change their life. And people, like Sarah said, This is a trifecta, and we are exploding because there is so much opportunity. So we're in the US, we're in the UK, we're in Canada, we're in Poland, we're in New Zealand, we're in Taiwan, we're in Australia. So we are in 7 countries, and our numbers in the past 2 countries that we launched just last year are doubling what they were predicted to do. So I'm telling you, Arbonne is going with or without you. You could probably think of 50 million reasons why the timing is not right in your life, but the timing is right for this organization. And let me tell you, I don't know about you guys, but if you decided to get married or if you decided to have kids, you decided to start a career, I don't know about you, but I've never known the perfect timing to do anything. But I will tell you, if you take this leap of faith, you will be so glad that you did. So I talked a little bit about the income. The one thing that I didn't mention is that this business is a tax write-off. So in addition to getting paid back on your products, getting 35 to 80% off of your purchases, right? Getting these premium products delivered to your doorstep. You don't have to go to Target and Ulta and Sephora and, run all over the place. Instead, you shop at home, ships to you. You also can write it all off in your taxes because it's a business investment. There's travel opportunities. In the past 2 years, I started my business 2.5 years ago. I've already been to the Atlantis, completely paid for by Arbonne, for my husband, 2 kids, and I, and the Oasis of the Seas for 7 days, all paid for by Arbonne. And by the end of this week, I will be paid for by Arbonne to go to Riviera Maya, Mexico. Ooh. So level 3.
Wow.
Banging it out. Moving along.
Dang.
But my point is that there is so much opportunity in this business. And at the top level of the company, Arbonne pays for you to go to Maui every year. So that's just another bonus. But there is so much opportunity in this company. And we say there are 3 ways to win. You can sign up as a client. You get great products, great service, right? But we always say friends don't let friends pay full price. So really, preferred client, if you're just interested in a product user, preferred client, it's like a wholesale, like a Costco membership. Pay $20. It's a one-time fee for the year, and you get 20 to 40% off. You get free incentives, free shipping and things like that you can qualify for. But really, somebody sent you this video or somebody invited you tonight because they see something in you. Okay? We don't just say you got to post. You want to come? Right? We are looking for people who are driven, who are caring, who want more out of life. That's why we invited you to something like this. That's why we sent this video to you. So as a consultant, which is your third option, $79. It's a one-time fee for the entire year. It's only $30 a year to renew. Okay, you get 35, 50, 80% off depending on the specials and things. Right now, you get a free $100 product when you sign up and do a qualifying order. And you have the ability to dream again. Sarah talked about, what were your dreams? When you graduated high school and you were starting out, what dreams did you have for yourself? And are you living out those dreams? And if not, it's time to start. And this is the opportunity that can do that for you. So we always say that there are 4 key factors that you want to look for. And I say we, but not me. I didn't write this. I am not somebody with a PhD in business. But business professor Dr. Charles King references this. And he talks about looking at network marketing companies. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure that a lot of people that are involved in network marketing, it is anticipated by the year 2020, 80% of households will have somebody involved in network marketing. And 1 in 100 people will be millionaires in this business. If you stick by our side, that's where we are going, and we will take you with us. So a lot of people are considering network marketing at this point for many different reasons. And they say that you want to have at least 1 or 2 of these 4 key factors. So I'm going to share them with you. The first is consumable products. Sarah talked about our amazing products. They wash down the drain. You eat them. You drink your protein shakes, right? These are consumable products. They're not a piece of jewelry that's going to sit on your shelf with a lifetime warranty. How many reorders are you going to get from that, right? These are products people use every day. You're simply educating and redirecting spending. So we have consumable products, over 450 of them, right? We have marketplace demand. Sarah shared those numbers, $80 billion a year alone in just anti-aging skincare. Then you have timing and trends. Okay, home-based, internet-based business meets health and wellness revolution. We know beyond the shadow of a doubt that this is the perfect time for this company. Paul Zane Pilsner, top economist, is calling this the perfect storm. Okay, so timing and trends are in our favor. And this is the last one. And to me, as I sit here and I look at you with your sweet baby, you know, this is the most important. The ability to leverage your time. Because at the end of the day, if you go into somebody in an assisted living facility and you ask them, what are your regrets? No one is going to say, I wish I would have worked harder. I wish I would have put more hours in the office. They're going to say things like, gosh, I wish I could have been more present with my kids. I wish I could have gone to more games. Or I wish I wouldn't have been so stressed out at the end of the day and snapped at them, right? Or, you know, I wish I could have gone on more vacations. Whatever that is for you, so many people let their dreams and they take them with them when they die. You know, so start dreaming. The ability to leverage your time is priceless. And that is what we have because we have residual income. You could go to sleep and wake up and be up thousands in volume, right? You have a global team somewhere else. You could be sleeping and they're working over in Australia. So my point to you is that there's going to be a million reasons why you can talk yourself out of this, right? And I want to ask you those two questions again. Where will you be in 5 years if you continue to do exactly what you're doing today and you change nothing? And I want to remind each and every one of you, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different outcomes, right? So where will you be in 5 years? And how long could you survive on your current savings? That was reality for me. And I will tell you guys, we were planners, we were savers, and it is not long. So, you know, I want to tell you guys, you could think of 50 million reasons why. Now is not the time. You could think again and again, what if this doesn't work for me? What if this doesn't work for me? What if this doesn't work for me? I want you to stop and ask yourself, what if it does? What if it does work for you? Because I guarantee you that this business works if you work it. So thank you so much for your time. I'm so excited to share this with all of you guys. And we're going to stop the video. And if anyone has any questions, definitely let's talk. But I hope you all dream big tonight and you have some serious Arbonne insomnia. And it's not the fizz sticks.